welcome to the Deep Dive. So today we're tackling something a lot of people grapple with, speaking English more smoothly, more naturally.
Yeah, that effortless kind of flow everyone's aiming for.
Exactly. We've been digging through these notes from the Everyday English Insights YouTube channel, basically trying to pull out the real practical stuff.
Right, the actionable things you can actually do.
Our mission today is really just that. Extract tips you can use, like right away, to sound more fluent, more natural when you speak English.
And those notes, they definitely highlight the common frustrations, don't they? That feeling of constantly translating in your head.
Oh yeah, or worrying if your vocabulary is, good enough.
And that big one, the fear of messing up every time you talk. We want to look at getting past those sticking points.
Okay, so fluency. It often feels like this huge, far-off goal. The notes talk a lot about thinking in English. Easy to say, but how do you actually start?
Well, it's interesting. It's not really like flipping a switch, It's more of a gradual thing. Shifting your internal chat, basically.
Wow. Internal chat?
Yeah, instead of thinking in your first language and then translating, you start building the thought in English from the get-go.
Okay. Practical steps.
Try this. Just walking around, mentally label stuff you see in English. Or even just narrate simple things you're doing, like, I am opening the door, but silently in your head.
Ah, okay. So you're kind of bypassing the translation step.
Exactly. That step is often what slows you down and makes it feel less, natural.
Makes sense, like rewiring your brain a bit.
Okay.
Okay, what about vocabulary? The notes mention simple yet impactful vocabulary. I think lots of learners feel they need really big words.
Yeah, that's a common misconception. But often, the best communication happens when you really master the common words, the versatile ones, like understanding all the different ways to use get, for example. The notes suggest focusing on really using the words you already know well in different situations.
Right. Depth over breadth, kind of.
Knowing how to use get properly will probably help you more than knowing some super obscure synonym you rarely use. Clarity first.
Okay, clarity. Got it. Now, listening habits. The notes say this is crucial. It's more than just hearing, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's active listening. Really paying attention.
To what specifically?
Not just the words, but the speaker's intonation, the pauses they use, the rhythm, the natural flow of how they speak. The notes point out you absorb so much about sentence structure and natural phrasing just by tuning in properly, like listening to podcasts or shows.
So focus on how they say things, not just what they say.
Precisely. You start noticing patterns, common phrases, stuff you can then try using yourself.
Okay, that leads nicely into the big one for so many people.
Yeah.
The fear of speaking. It can feel really intimidating.
It really can.
So what do the notes suggest for building confidence there? Any practical steps?
Well, the main thing they stress is that making mistakes is just part of it. A valuable part, actually.
Right, not something to be terrified of.
Exactly. Think of English as a tool to connect, not like a test you're gonna fail. Start small, Low-pressure situations. Maybe find a language exchange partner online. Or, honestly, just talking to yourself in English when you're alone. Practice saying things out loud.
Just getting used to the sound of it.
Yeah. The more you do it, the less scary it becomes. It's about reframing those mistakes. They're just signs you're learning.
The notes also brought up that good communication is often friendly, engaging, and informative. It's not purely about grammar perfection.
That's so true. And a great way to be engaging, the notes mention, is using relatable examples, little anecdotes from your life.
Telling a quick story.
Yeah. It makes your English way more memorable and helps you connect with people, shows personality.
And like anything you want to get good at, the notes hammer home consistency.
Oh, definitely. Little and often. That's the key.
Better than cramming, right?
Way better. Regular short bursts of practice or exposure, even just a few minutes every day, that consistent effort adds up over time. Steady progress.
Okay, and finally, it all seems to circle back to confidence. The notes really emphasize this.
It's fascinating, actually. Your mindset plays a huge role.
How so?
Well, even if your English isn't perfect, if you speak with some confidence, people are much more likely to understand what you mean.
Right, they focus on the message.
Exactly. That self-assurance can kind of bridge the gap while you're still improving. It makes a difference.
Okay, so let's quickly recap the gems from the Everyday English Insights notes for speaking English more effectively, more effortlessly. Number 1, start thinking in English.
Yep, bypass translation. Number 2, focus on simple, impactful vocabulary you can use well.
3, develop active listening habits. Listen to how things are said.
4. Speak without fear. Embrace mistakes as learning steps.
5. Be consistent. Little bits of practice add up.
And 6. Cultivate confidence. Projecting it helps communication.
Great summary.
And remember, every single conversation, every listening session, every time you try to think in English, it's progress. It's all part of the journey.
Absolutely. So for all of you working on your English fluency, just remember that putting yourself out there, that willingness to learn and engage, that's really the most important thing. Keep at it, keep listening, and definitely keep speaking. You're doing great.